everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a beautiful Saturday morning. Love talking real estate with you guys, and excited to be back in the studios talking our favorite topic, summertime. East Tennessee, nothing's better. What's better than that? Maybe a little pool time. Hope you're enjoying time off, spending time with the kiddos. Real estate market's in full effect, and we've got a great, amazing show for you today. We're talking about the real estate market, how to navigate the uncertain times. Whether you're buying or selling, how do we get through this market that we're in? We're going to talk about that, some tips, some ideas, just talk about the market in general to navigate this summer, to help you with all your real estate needs. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time, you can catch us on News Talk 98.7. We're airing live every Saturday there at 1 o'clock. Of course, our partners over at Talk Radio 92.3 FM. 11 a.m. there. Also streaming live on their Facebook channel. Make sure you check us out. If you happen to miss a show, you can always go there and check us out. And, of course, all places that are social media, all the great places of social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. We even on TikTok. You can catch us there live, replays, and, of course, all the replays from Spotify to iTunes to et cetera. So hope you have an amazing week. Got a good show. My team was like, Ryan, it's been a second since you've been in. Had a little break, a little summer break, a little vacation. Like I said, the beach and the pool did us well. And I hope y'all are enjoying your vacation time. Real estate market is heating up. And like I said, we're going to talk about the uncertainty in the housing market. Whether you're buying or selling, that's a real topic in today's market. And we'll talk about some strategies, what we're currently working with our clients now, what we're counseling them on, and how we're helping them. Just put a great buyer under contract. Had to go through a couple properties to make that work, but found their forever home, found a great property, and super excited to help them secure that. But like I said, the market's a little wonky, and so we'll talk about that. Before we get going, as always, we're going to start our new congrats, new listings, been busy. And some new congrats. We got a new listing, 108 Nadia Drive in Knoxville, just hit the market today. Make sure you check that property out. 1927 Brandville Road in Knoxville, over 5 acres. Beautiful property with a 3-car garage, even a potential in-law suite, or maybe someone's going to UT, your kids are going to UT. We got a second loft above that. That's perfect for a bedroom or studio apartment or something like that. And then we've got another place for a family subdivide. So that's a perfect opportunity. So great listener that listens to us. So I wanted to make sure I give a shout out to my great client on Brandville Road. So Lot 12, Holston Shores Drive, waterfront lot. Got a dock, perfect building opportunity out there in Rutledge. Check that property out. 321 Timber Creek Road in Maynardville. Make sure you check that out. It's a great rancher with a loft upstairs. Check that. Okay, building opportunities in Gatlinburg. How's the Smokies doing? A lot going on out there. A lot of movement still. A lot of sales. We got a great lot on 648 Almost Heaven Way in Gatlinburg. Check that property out. Then 741 East Millers Cove Road, new listing in Wallen. And then new one coming up. Some of these are coming up here on 467 Watauga Avenue in just days. So be watching out for that. Congrats to 111 Deer Haven Court, Harriman, under contract. Congrats. 205 Inhanigi Trail in Loudon. Hope I pronounce that. It's in Tellico. So there. Congrats to our builder over there on Green Hill Road. Lot and Dandridge under contract. 438 Old Leadmine Bend in Sharps Chapel. Congrats. And then 292 Deer Meadow Circle, waterfront property in La Follette. Just went under contract. So we've been busy. What does that mean in the real estate market? How is that going to affect you moving forward? We'll talk about that. Now, this is a special weekend. I'll get to going, and it's Father's Day weekend. So I may talk about that in the second half of the show, but happy Father's Day to all the amazing dads and fathers out there. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. Hope your family's taking good care of Dad. Mother's Day is a big day, but a special shout out to all the special fathers that just make it happen, that show up every day and go to work and just provide for their families, and good role models out there and being involved, especially in our community. We do a lot in sports with my little ones, and you've got a lot of amazing dads out there really taking care of their daughters, being present, and just being amazing role models for their baby girls. So I know I've got a baby girl and a son. Nothing you won't do for your kiddos. So shout outs to everybody. Happy Father's Day from our team here at Hometown Realty. In case I get going, Hope y'all have an amazing weekend. And just know how me being a dad, I'll talk from a dad's perspective. There's nothing more special. One of the greatest opportunities I could ever be gifted. God's been so good to us to have 2 little ones and call me daddy. Man, that's it. That's a special moment. So being a dad is special. Enjoy this weekend, guys, and spend a little time with your father. So it's important. I lost my father later this year, and so that was tough. Didn't always have the relationship was not there, so work really hard with me and my kids to make sure that I'm always there and present. And but it doesn't matter. Your father is always special, no matter the relationship. So spend time with your kids and spend time with Dad this weekend. It's a special time. All right, so we got getting into real estate. So much going on. How do we get into the housing market? How do we make the purchase and sale, Ryan? Because the market's challenging. So the mortgage rates for this year, despite the forecast gradually falling mortgage rates, the housing market remains largely unaffordable for most prospective buyers. The average 30-year rate is close to 7%, leading a cost-prohibitive payments to buyers across the market. The 30-year fixed rate is 6.87. That's 0.02% down from about 7 days ago. And the 15-year mortgage is about 6.04 on the market today. Despite of the rise of property taxes, insurance, the median family income has not kept pace with the surging housing cost. And many requiring households to earn double or triple their salary to afford a modest home in some cities. Meanwhile, the lock-in effect, where current homeowners with low mortgage rates are reluctant to sell at the higher interest rates. I think that's, we start talking about this article and we say, well, then what should I know about the mortgage rates today, Ryan, and moving forward? With the feds obviously have adopted a wait-and-see approach with the interest rates and their adjustments toward the borrowing cost. So, I think a lot of this is political, but, we're in that political season. Everything's volatile. And so right now, the market as a whole is that wait-and-see approach. Some of the challenges of that is wait-and-see is never good for the markets. Markets respond where buyers or sellers or no matter what you're doing, that the market is moving. And so some of the issues came up, and the article was referencing, was talking about the tariff measures, and the market deteriorates. So a lot of things that we were seeing, that with the stock market specifically, a lot of people got scared to death. One of the agents we were talking about dealing with in the South Florida area, that they watched their 401k dip dramatically. And if you're like a lot of us, we were for the stock market for a couple of days or for a week or so, we saw it really going down, dramatic effect. And that takes a lot on the consumer's mindset, whether we're going to have job layoffs, are we going to keep the current, how can I look for a new house, Ryan, if I'm wondering for employment, right? So you see these concerns that are real. And in the East Tennessee housing market, we've really grown over the last 5 years. So a lot of people have relocated this state for a lot of reasons and opportunities, and it's been great. It's been great for the housing market. It's been great for the overall economy. But moving forward, a lot of people have those lower rates. We were with a seller the other day, and we're just chatting that we just listed their property, and he said, Ryan, we had a 2.9 interest rate, 2.9% interest rate. It's hard to pass that up. So moving forward, what are those options, and where will the markets go? We're not seeing any specific answers in the marketplace. But as a conversation that I had to a great client yesterday, and I said, in this market, we're in prime time. It's summertime. It's that opportunity. And this June, if you're like me, this June has already gone quicker than we expect. Kids are more active. They're out of school. So much going on. Ball, camps, tournaments, baseball. You name it, we're moving. And it's like this week is gone in just a blink of an eye. And that's how quick this summer will be. So if you're thinking about moving forward in these uncertain times, let's talk about some opportunities and how we can get that where we need to be. So obviously you want to monitor the rates closely. Moving forward is important, but we don't want to be glued to the interest rate. Let's face it, we're at 6.87. There's ideas that the feds may do something with the interest rate, but we can't count on it. We have to move forward. So with our purchases, we have to make sure that we understand the market And we have great opportunities to refinance down the road. One of the biggest things, if you're working with a great agent to help you navigate this process, make sure that your lender has something called recasting. And if you're not familiar with that, a lot of people may not be, but it's an opportunity that we purchase today, and then the rates change in a period of time. And let's say we want to put an extra dollar or two into the payment. Well, we can recast the loan. You have opportunities to recast that loan moving forward. So we're coming up on the second half. We got a big show in the second half talking about uncertainty in the real estate market. Stay with us. We're coming right back with Real Estate with Ryan.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, we're back at it. Second half, Real Estate with Ryan. Thank you for staying tuned. We're talking about buying or selling in uncertain markets. Well, it's definitely an uncertain market. A lot of things going on in the real estate market. And we're all trying to do that with the kiddos out of school. We're moving across country and so much going on. So we're going to jump right into our show. But before we get back at it, we got a 60-second vol update. We're going to go through this pretty quickly. All right, drum roll, please. All right, 60-second vol update. As you know, Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilera ranked as the number 50 quarterback in the college football playoff college football player 2025. See, I'm already talking about playoff, baby. We're going. We're going. I can see it this year. Going to have an amazing season. And then we got number 2 class 2026 defensive back 𝐘𝐆𝐄𝐍𝐍 from New Jersey announced his commitment to the University of Tennessee. He has received scholarships of 20 different schools. Glad to make him a Vol. That's what we got right now. We know that football season is officially 80-some days out. It's going to be an amazing time. Basketball's heating up. Make sure you're involved. Make sure you're following our channels. We're going to have some exciting stuff, some swag, some neat stuff going on, and a little bit of something if you're a baseball or softball fan. Got some new stuff that you make sure you follow our channel. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. Go Big Orange. All right, so that's our 60-second update. A lot going on. You know, in Vol Nation, there's so much going on. Stadium renovations. I mean, I just kind of watch what's going on, just in amazed to watch what our program's doing. And if you're relocating here, you'll say, well, why does he keep talking about the Vols? Because that's East Tennessee, man. If you're new to here, get you some orange. Go to a stadium. I'm telling you, we give away tickets when the season's going in, and for a combination of reasons. But we really like doing that because if you've never went to Neyland, or if you've never went to a basketball game or a baseball game, especially a football game, it's something that you have to do. It's an amazing atmosphere, amazing people, man. It's you say, well, I go to college football games, but you've never been anywhere like Neyland. It's one of the best in the country, no question. All right, so we're talking about the market. Getting back on that subject, what do we do in the uncertainty market? So we're going to obviously watch the market very carefully. Well, I'm watching it, Ryan. What does that mean? Well, that means you're going to watch the market, but don't watch the news market but so much. We're talking about the power of recasting and that opportunity. So mortgage loans now have the ability to recast. Some of the bigger banks, or almost even little banks, have the ability to recast that loan. And so what that means is, if you're selling a home or purchasing one, and we call it the domino effect, that we're selling one in Florida, but we're moving to Tennessee. But Ryan, I can buy this one, but a lot of my equity is here. What's the best move? Our best move is to purchase the one in Knoxville, and when you sell the property in Florida, we can recast the loan. So we can put $150,000 down once you sell your Florida home and put it on the principal, and we'll just change the rate. What's the power in that? The power in that is you're not paying closing costs, having to redo all that. It's a simple recasting. I don't know if they even charge you for it, but it's very nominal, and then you recast a loan. So if your payment was, let's say $2,500, you apply the new principal. Now maybe it goes to $2,000. Big deal savings. No refinance costs, no title work needed. So that's the power of recasting. Take that opportunity. Look in there. Buyers, in today's market, it is your time to shine. There's opportunities, and I know there's uncertainty, but when in the marketplace right now, new report came out that there was more sellers than buyers across the country. Now, different markets are not in our market the same, but there are increase in inventory. We're over 6,000 properties in the market, still relatively low, but we've got more inventory, and it's climbing that we've seen in some time. So how do we navigate that? I think as we're talking here today about the show is, it's uncertainty. There may be buyers out there. Some buyers are uncertain about making that large purchase. But the opportunity today for buyers to find motivated sellers. There's sellers that have to be relocated, that sellers that need to sell from a combination of reasons. In today's market, one of the biggest things we ask, a lot of our interviews and sellers we're talking about, and probably the most important thing, whether you're buying or selling, is why are we doing what we're doing? What motivates you? Why are we doing it? Because if you're not motivated and you don't have to sell or you don't want to buy, there's not a real need to get to Knoxville, then you may not do it, especially when you start looking at payments and interest rates and cost, because everything's so expensive. So find sellers that want to sell. There's an opportunity in today's market. Look for those opportunities. Have a great agent negotiate for you. I'm a firm believer. Listen, had a for sale owner we chatted with the other day. Bless his heart. We're talking to him. I'm still a firm believer in today's market. Deals get done by having great agents that can bring people together. Listen, this is a stressful business. Buying, selling, moving, kids, cost, lenders, all these objections of what we're dealing with. Listen, having a great team on your side to handle that and delegate that, it's priceless in today's market. Now, is there a cost? There's always going to be a cost, but there's a cost from not having them, and you could lose money on the table. So I'm just an advocate. If you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling, we've got an easy opportunity to start that process. We do this show every week, try to give you some knowledge, try to have fun, but at the same time, know that this is one of the biggest moves you're going to make. If you're buying and selling today's market, we don't take it from lightly. And you got to start somewhere. We've got tools on my website. Visit us at ryancoleman.org. I've got a free app there. You can start this process. You don't even have to talk to me. You can start looking. It's got homes in the Knoxville market, Smoky Mountains investments. It's got everything you can think of, and we'll send it by email, text, and start that process. And we can communicate with you. We can work with you. So it's, you don't have to get a call from, quote, a salesperson, right? You don't have to do that. But we're here for you to help you. If you're thinking about selling, also on our website, opportunity to see what your home's worth. These are important steps moving forward in today's market. The most important thing that if you're thinking about buying and selling, we got to know what your home's worth realistically in today's market, right? And then what is our buying power in today's market? What is things going for? A lot of people haven't bought homes in 7, 10, 20 years. They don't do it as often as we do. And so understanding the market, I have a great seller we're listing in Roane County, and just a sweetheart, been married 60 years, never bought or sold a home. He custom built this one. So don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. We're here to help. And if we can be of help, we always want to walk you through that process. And if we can't be of help, again, any kind of guidance information we can give you, hopefully will help you, make a successful purchase. Long-term investments in today's market are key. Just because the market is not where you want to be, it is an opportunity as an investor to buy. Long-term holds. We just purchased one in Maryville the other day. Opportunities for stuff in the Smokies or out of state. Florida is on sale right now. Certain parts of Florida. Look at opportunities to get into the marketplace. When the market's a little softer, opportunities are out there to buy. Sellers, in today's market, we've got to price our home competitively. We've got to know where the market's at. And in today's market, we need to know on the uncertainty of it is, what are buyers willing to pay? And your comparables are not a year ago. Your comparables in today's market are your actual pendings. So what people are paying today, what they're selling, is very, very important. Always talk about reinforcing value. I can't tell you the importance of a great marketing strategy, getting your home where it needs to be from a description. In today's markets, it's stability, neighborhoods, location, certainty, and sometimes pictures can't do that. A lot of our marketing, if you look up our descriptions, go to our website, they're all written by our team, and they're done well to reinforce stability and a strong investment purchase in today's market. So make sure that we're doing that and have a plan that reaches across the country, not just the local market, because our market is so much wider than we need to. And understand that today now homes will be on the market a little longer. It's not going to sell overnight, just not going to happen. Have creative strategies across the country. We were looking at that I saw a place where actually in Seattle, we'll leave it there, but in Seattle, 74% of homes had price reductions and incentives. So, obviously Seattle had some challenges years ago with all the stuff going on. Their housing market has had challenges as well. So keep that in mind moving forward. Get with a great agent in today's market. Get with us. Glad to help you with any of that process, and have a strategy to list your property to sell to attract the most amount of buyers in the marketplace and reach the out-of-state buyers. The out-of-state buyer is just not going to do the drive-by. You've got to have technology that can reach them and engage them and give them all the information so they can make a right decision. So, as always, got so much going on into the show. Again, I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I've got some sad news for our group here. We've lost one of our employees. Tragic situation. And, our hearts with him. We were lost this week, and we won't go into the details, but we lost him, and we're praying for Rick and his family, and, he had kids, and we're just praying for them and their family. It's just a horrible situation, and we're going to miss him dearly. He worked with us and worked specifically with us, me, and so our hearts with his family. So, and this Father's Day, spend special time with your father, spend time with your family. It's so important. And from us at Hometown Realty, our whole team, hope you have an amazing Father's Day and an amazing weekend. We'll see you next weekend.